Happy Saturday, July 12th. Let me get my little backlight there so we look a little better, right? Saturday, July 12th, we are live and thought it'd be fun to kind of go through and catch up on some of the comments that we've gotten over the past week here on TSP Total Entertainment. Been hitting the movie ratings kind of hard this week. So getting some comments there. So why don't we go ahead and share our screen and latest comments. And we'll do the ones that we haven't responded to yet. Let's see here. This comment from KWGY8, we go 16 hours ago. This is on the Canon PowerShot V1 camera short that we did where we're talking about the positive and two negatives after 2 months of dealing with our Canon PowerShot. Not quite sure what Maradona. This is the camera that's in question. So this is the one that I've been using quite a bit, not only for social media content, but I use this as my uh, 4K main camera for events that I need to video, where we need 4K as the main camera that doesn't do anything but just gets backup audio and just a set for the video, and it doesn't have to, it doesn't overheat. The problem with the 5D Mark IV and the other DSLRs that are out there, but the 5D Mark IV is what I use. They tend to overheat. And not only that, they also have a cutoff for how long your video you can record for. So I was curious to try to get the latest from Canon, the PowerShot, back in the PowerShot form. And I've made a few videos on what I like and don't like about the camera. I would recommend it for anybody that wants a compact, ready to go camera to where you grab, go, and shoot. It does really well with the basics, I believe. Audio is actually really good. The built-in audio. I know some people aren't crazy about there's no viewfinder and everything. I'm always using the LCD screen on here. I do love that the camera has a built-in fan to keep it cool for those periods of long 4K recording. The two main problems I do have with this camera is the small buttons to turn it on and off and to initiate the recording. I'm constantly mishitting them. I can't tell them apart when I'm uh, in the middle of trying to do 10 different things when you're recording video, especially if I'm on like a paid gig or something and I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on that I'm trying to keep track of and I'm trying to do things fast. The buttons are really hard to differentiate for my fingers, my big old fat fingers. And then the other big problem I've had is the bottom of it, where uh, if you were to have to access your battery or to swap out your card or to take your card out to download the content that's on your card, if you have one of the plates on here, you can't get it out. So you got to take the plate off. And it is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm going to be honest with you, because you could, on short video clips, just hook up your USB-C to your camera and then ingest your video files that way. But on larger files, it errors out with the Canon camera for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a Canon Apple thing or what, but anything that's like a large file, it errors out and you have to take the card out. And that's when you've got the plate on there, the mounting plate on there, it is a kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm not quite sure what this comment about Maradona is. I'm going to go ahead and give you a like on that. And then let's go ahead and just reply. What does Maradona mean here? Am I missing something? Oops. So I apologize if for whatever reason I'm not kind of understanding there right off the top of my of seeing that comment. But if you don't mind to kind of fill me in a little bit more, give me some more information there, and then I'd be happy to reply back to you. Subalon, 2 days ago, and this is on the video where we're talking about don't ditch your DVDs, and that I learned that the hard way. And my example was the Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant series extras that I have on DVD. I have the series on DVD. It was on streaming, and when I went to, because streaming is just convenient, right? So it was on streaming. I was like, you know what? Let's just watch it. And the quality on streaming was awful, even though that you're thinking now in 2025, and depending on uh, your internet and your Wi-Fi and how you're watching, I get it, but the quality was awful. And it got to the end of the series to where it didn't have the finale for streaming. So that's one of the things to where it's like, when you have physical media, you have DVDs, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever that is, and you have your favorite shows, your favorite movies, and you want to always have access to that and how it was portrayed at the time, you're going to want to keep your physical media. And one of the things I did have to kind of clarify over the last couple weeks as we've been talking about physical versus streaming is I'm not one to where I'm like, we have to pick one or the other that's better. They all have positives, they all have some negatives to them. And I look at it as I want access to all of it. I want the access to streaming because it's very convenient. Nothing beats streaming as far as convenience goes. And then as far as the highest quality that you can watch for the most part is going to be on physical media with a good physical media player. And you always have that copy. You don't have to worry about whether it's on Netflix or Hulu or Max or HBO, whatever it's called. So for me, I'm not necessarily saying, one's so much better than the other as far as physical media or stream, but I want to have access to both. And there are benefits to both for sure. So let's see what Subalon says. One major downside of streaming is constant interruption of the program with ads. It's really frustrating to be watching, getting involved, and boom, ads. With DVDs, you get no ads throughout the show. Physical media forever. That is a definite thumbs up. And I appreciate the comment. I agree with you. I think I think the only thing that we pay extra for is YouTube. I've got YouTube Premium, and I will never go back on regular YouTube because I do a lot of like DIY stuff. I do a lot of things where I have to refer to the video for whatever reason. And when you're hit with ads every few minutes, it's bad. It's awful. And there are movies and TV shows that we'll watch that are on Netflix, Hulu, Max, and it's just not the same. And you almost take it out on the show or the movie that you're watching when the ads just kind of break it right then and there. We were watching a show. My oldest was home for a couple weeks. And what were we watching? It was a pretty heavy show we were watching, the three of us. And then right when a very dramatic scene was kind of going on, it cut to some AT&T commercial or something. So the interruption, I get it, with the ads on the streaming, it sucks. And then, before you paid for it so you don't have ads, and then now you have to pay even more to get rid of the ads. And a lot of times you pay even more to just get rid of most ads. There are going to be some that you can't get rid of. So Subalon, I agree with you 100% on ads on streaming. Absolutely awful, especially when we are paying for it already. There are times where I even take out my ad frustration on the movie or show I'm watching. reply. Okay, another one to follow up on the don't ditch your DVD video. Physical media is so much better. And in certain contexts, yes. So, and I think we kind of addressed that already. So, physical media is great. There are times where streaming and the convenience of it is just easier. Yeah, right. Physical media is great. There are times where streaming at there are times where streaming Jesus. I just wrote this out and now it doesn't make sense to me. There are times when streaming at the convenience and its convenience is just easier. What happened there? And its convenience. Streaming is great. There are times where streaming and its convenience is just easier. I want access to both. So that's from DJ Hack 9239. Physical media is so much better. So physical media is great. There are times where streaming and its convenience is just easier. I want access to both. So there we go. Appreciate the comment there, DJ Hack. Another comment here from Metals Matt R a couple days ago, again on the video on Don't Ditch Your DVDs. Nothing's worse than paying all that money thinking you can find your favorite movie and they have taken it down or just unavailable at all online. Also, some remastered versions just aren't the same. They can have scenes cut and whatnot. I agree with everything you just said. Metals Matt R. God, my typing is so bad tonight. I agree with everything you just said. Okay. Metals Matt R, appreciate it. Thank you for your comment. And this is one, I guess I've never replied back to Stephen Nick 6643. So this is on the Star Wars Skeleton Crew trailer reaction. Well, this old had come back. So I made a video when Skeleton Crew was coming out. And there's just something that I think I've just moved on from Star Wars, not to get into the whole, Star Wars good, bad, and what has this generation done with Star Wars. And I just, it's, it's time to pass the baton to the next group of people that are Star Wars fans. Am I still a Star Wars fan? I mean, a casual one. I can't get into Andor. I'm sorry. I know that there are a lot of people that are having issues with Star Wars that have just told me, Brian, Andor is what we are wanting with Star Wars. And I've heard that several times from different people that I'm like, I like their style of Star Wars. Maybe they're right. I have tried Andor 3 times, season 1 Andor 3 times, and I quit by episode 3. And then very similar on Andor season 2 just now, my family, which they like it. My oldest thinks Andor is fantastic, and I got no qualms about it. It's just not for me. And I lost interest on Andor season 2 also. And I know, well, if you didn't finish watching 1, why would you start 2? Well, I was doing it because my oldest was home and we're watching with all 4 of us were home for the summer. They wanted to watch it. They watched Andor season 1. They liked it. So I'm going to sit there and watch it with them. Or I tried and then I bailed. And I let them have it for the rest of the thing. But let's go ahead and reply. And Steve, I appreciate the comment and I'm sorry I just haven't replied on this one. So Star Wars is just for someone else these days, and that's fine with me. I'm not too worked up about it, but I wish I still got excited for it. Sorry it took me so long to reply. There we go. All right. So those are all the ones that I have yet to respond to. Sometimes during the week, I try to log in at least once a day just to kind of, if there's somebody leaving comments, I want to make sure that I'm pretty responsive on getting back to you guys. And you guys are coming up with some great comments. Let's see here. So these, I'm trying to find ones that I've already written through the week. Physical media is so much better. Nothing worse than paying all that money. You can find your favorite movie and they just have taken it down. It's unavailable. You got that one. Okay, so here's one. This is another one on Don't Ditch, and this is from 3 days ago. Patrick Lena 9062. Patrick says, you just try and find the movie Cocoon on any streaming service or second Cocoon film, which I just ordered, by the way, on DVD. You can't find those big Hollywood films directed by Ron Howard and the Disney done forever. And my take is I would love the Blu-rays. I would thrive on the 4Ks. However, where there's nothing available, I will stick with DVD. It's better to have something than nothing, in my opinion. I don't sleep. I'll just say here, don't sleep on DVDs or the quality difference, which if you have a good player and or television, the quality is reasonably fine. Say when so my reply, don't sleep on DVDs or the quality difference, which if you have a good player and or a television, the quality is God, what is the quality is reasonably fine, especially as you say, when compared to nothing at all. So Patrick, appreciate the comment there. More Toys 94 on our Don't Ditch Your DVDs. Nothing is better than owning physical media. And then I love physical media also. We just talked about this. I don't want to choose one or the other. I want access to both. So I want all physical media access. I want to have it all, and then I want streaming as well. And there's limitations to both. So my comment to More Tours 94, I think I had replied earlier in the week. What do you have most of, 4K, Blu-ray, or DVDs? Watch Forever 1724. I still love physical media, even though we have streaming in 2025. All right. Watch Forever 1724 says, I still love physical media, even though we have streaming in 2025. And I agree with you also, but I want to clarify just my perspective on this as far as physical media and streaming. I love it all. I use it all. I don't view streaming physical media one better than the other. I just look at it as different ways for me to access the media that I want to watch. Nothing beats the convenience of streaming. no matter the quality loss, if there is any, and usually there is some, but the advantage of streaming for the most part is being able to watch what you want to watch at a really good quality wherever it is that you are, whether it's in your bedroom, the living room, outside of your house, on your phone, on your laptop, on your computer. Nothing beats the convenience of streaming. And then there are the advantages that you have with physical media. You always own and have that movie, that show as it premiered, as you saw it back whenever you got the physical media. Nothing that gets changed outside of that is going to change what is on your disc, which I guess that could be good or bad. But in general, especially with 4K releases and maybe some Blu-rays, the quality can't be beat with physical media. If you have the physical disc, you're always going to be able to watch that movie or series. You're not beholden to the streaming sites on whether or not it's being shown on Netflix or Hulu or HBO. If you have that disc, you can watch it anytime that you want. I just love in 2025, we have the options at our fingertips to whatever it is we prefer. Yeah, so there you go. And this is one of my favorite features of YouTube, and I think TikTok allows you to do this also, maybe Instagram, in the sense that you can make a video reply to people in their comments. So that's always fun to do. Da, da. My attackers receive karma. This was a comment I saw that inspired me to the next video that I'm doing is going to be an update on my my scoring system for movies. My attackers receive karma says I only keep my favorite DVDs and ones that I'd probably watch again. I don't want to collect movies for the sake of collecting, only what brings me joy, as Marie Kondo would say. My reply to him about 6 days ago was, "You just enabled me to make my system even better. I'm so stoked. I'm going to record shortly and I'll give you credit." Mm. So on that, I'm going to tell you that I had a drink. The joys of alive. His idea that he's only keeping his most favorite ones, the ones that he wants to watch again, is the perfect differentiator for me and my movie rating system. That kind of describes what 4 stars then would be. And I'm going to add that as a version 2 of my rating system to differentiate between 3, 4, and 5. Just real briefly, a 3-star movie for me is the base of you watch a movie. Did you like it? Would you watch it again? If it's yes, you automatically get the 3 stars. Here's where I'm going to take a little bit of what he's talking about and then blend it into what I was describing as my 4 stars. My 4 stars will now be, is this a movie that you would actually buy and keep either as physical media, or would you buy uh as part of your streaming collection, when you can buy the movies on Apple or whatever? If that's a yes, then you go from a 3 to a 4. If you're willing to buy it, you go, that's the difference between a 4-star movie and a 3-star in my system. There's plenty of movies that I enjoy that I would watch again. I'm not going to buy it though. So it's really brilliant. I love that you mentioned that because it really helps with me describing the system to other people. Did you like it? Would you watch it again? 3-star. Would you buy it? Is the movie hanging with you so much that you're wanting to buy that movie? If that's the case, that's a 4-star. And then what we talked about, what are my 5 stars? My 5 stars, there are only 10 spots that I am giving as 5-star movies. So which of the 4-star movies deserve those 10 spots? And then if there's a movie, once I fill out all 10 spots, And then if there's another movie that comes up, I'm like, "Oh my god, that's a five-star movie." Well, the only way that it can be 5 stars in my movie rating system is to remove a movie from the 5 stars and knock it down to 4. So I love the system I have, I think is fun, keeps you on your toes, keeps you thinking. It's a dynamic system. You can change it whenever you want. And then as far as like having 10 5-star movies or a limit of 20, you can adjust that to your personality. But for me, I want to maintain a 5-star movie has to be boom. Has to be one to where when push comes to shove, when people do the whole you have 6 all-time of the greatest NBA basketball players, who are you benching? And they'll have, Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, Shaq. I mean, you can list off. Well, these are all great players, but you can only start 5. So my thing is I can only have 10. I can only have 10 5-star movies. So if I think one should be if a movie that I'm watching should be a 5-star movie in my system, well, it's got to knock some other 5-star movie out. And it keeps it kind of fresh. So, and then I guess I missed your reply here. For me, it was the Revenge TV series. No one seemed to have it anywhere in New Zealand on any streaming. I think NZ is New Zealand on any streaming platforms, and we finally got all 4 seasons on DVD from Trade Me, an auction listing, buying, selling website, so we could watch it when we want to. There are also movies that Netflix pulled every now and then, and it just got really annoying. So we sought after and bought every movie we wanted to get. So now all of our favorites are in our collection permanently. Perfect. So if when it's pulled on a streaming service, it's no biggie. I really despise looking on Netflix and seeing the movie I want to watch isn't there. That's one of the big downsides to streaming services. You don't have any control over what's there or how long it'll be there if it's put on there. And then a lot of the times, not only are they pulling it, it depends on where you're watching it from. So I think in his case, Netflix, if he's from New Zealand, he has access to movies that we don't have here in the United States and vice versa. So if there's a favorite series of yours that you can get on physical media, whether it's DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K, grab it and have it. There's something about making the decision to go get that physical copy off the shelf and putting it into your player. It's very similar to why there's this love affair with vinyl and music, where the convenience of streaming music on your phone, so easy, access to most music that you could want on your playlist. I get it. I use it all the time. But then there's times where I just want to sit and I want to go through my record collection. I want to feel the album covers. I want to slide it out of the jackets. I want to uh, do all that extra work that people are like, why are you into records again? You get the carbon fiber brush. You do a little spritz spray. You get all the dust and little pieces of debris off the record. You clean the needle and you do that every single time. And I can see some people like, it's just not worth it. Just put on your Spotify, just put on your YouTube music, put on your Apple Music, just stream it. Yes, it's easier, but the experience is different. You have a great system for making sure to keep your favorites on hand for as long as you physically can keep and play them. I'll have to look up the Revenge TV series. I haven't heard of that one before. Okay. Again, my attackers receive car. Appreciate the 2 comments that you left there. Good Manticore. Again, on the don't ditch your DVDs. It seems like every time I'm too lazy to get my Blu-ray from upstairs and just stream the movie instead, the Wi-Fi goes out. I decided to up my physical collection when Disney removed the Willow series from Disney Plus. That solidified it to me how easily and carelessly companies can just take away things we are paying to enjoy. And in the case of that series, it was an exclusive streaming series, no other option, but they took it away anyway. Yeah, there's certain series that I love. I know I'm a big fan of Ricky Gervais. I know he's done a lot of TV series that I'm in love with, and I can't get the physical media on it. I guess streaming has the exclusive rights to it, which I wish would change because I would own it no matter what. Agreed. I have several series I love that are streaming only rights. I wish I could get them on physical media. So, good Manticore. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then I think a bunch of these I had already, these are from a couple weeks ago. So we have hit those too. So yeah, I enjoy, trying to keep up and reply to comments as we get them. And then by the end of the week, if there's any that I just haven't had a chance to get to, we will do them on lives. And then I love the feature to where on a couple of them that I feel like, this warrants a good video reply to. I love doing that. So appreciate it. And we will actually, I'm going to tease a little bit of some content that's coming out. You guys, I don't know, you might have seen that in some background. So I got this as a gift. Oh, here we go. The Switch 2 just turned 50 this year. Never had a Switch, and I don't know why, but it's like I want that so bad. But with all the stuff that there's hardly any disposable income nowadays. It all goes to fixing the house up, the ton of DIY stuff, things for the kids, all that, that as a parent, you guys all understand. Never thought that I would actually spend my money on getting a Switch 2. And then lo and behold, my mom came up to see the kids last week and she handed me a gift, which she said was an early Christmas present, and got me a Switch 2. How cool was that? So just did an unboxing on it, and I'm currently staring at it right underneath the microphone. It's charging up, and I'm gonna have to decide what game to get. I've been out of gaming so long, I have no idea how to even get a game on here. Are we just downloading stuff? Are we getting physical copies still? What's the best way to are we getting physical here we're back to physical copies of things. Is this like with movies? Is this like with vinyl? Should I just buy the physical copies of the games that I want for the Switch 2? But the convenience of just downloading it right now, right? So that's stuff, that's content that's coming up here on TSP Total Entertainment. So, all right, guys, we will talk to you on the next one.